What is up, men and women of YouTube? This is El Jefe bringing you my first Streets of New CAPENNA deck list and video. We were not one of the fortunates who got to play in early access, so I'm sure you've been watching tons of Nixilis decks, and while I will make several, we're probably going to make one for each color configuration possible for it, but I wanted to bring you a deck that we can confidently pilot against it, as it is definitely going to be taking over the meta, though I don't think it's quite going to be the Oko Definer as its predecessor, and I don't think we need to be quite as worried about it. But this deck is very strongly positioned against it, and as well as a lot of the other things that we were seeing coming into New CAPENNA. So yeah, let's just jump into it since there's an outro where we make some changes to the deck. But yeah, I think this is a good place to start for a grind. The main superstar in this deck, let's just jump right into it, is going to be Giarda, Font of Hope, who's a 2/2 angel with flying and vigilance, and is quite literally the best lord that has ever been printed. I would argue, I think that is a fair assessment, especially after playing her. For 2 mana, okay body, but for each other angel you control, when they enter the battlefield, they get an additional 1/1 counter for every angel you already control. And she can also, because she's a mana dork for her tribe, which is angels. So if you're able to get Giarda out on turn 2, followed up with a Righteous Valkyrie, your Righteous Valkyrie is coming down on turn 3 as a 3/5 with flying. That is just going to snowball and win you the game if they can't deal with it. And you know, since with 5 damage, you're basically, except for the Grixis Charm, you're out of burn range on Righteous Valkyrie. So he's going to come and basically just do the business all on his own. Another new card that we are running in here. It's a common, but it's a 2/1 flyer for 3 mana, but it gets you an extra draw, a little bit of life, so that can help a little bit in turning on the second mode of Righteous Valkyrie with the Anthem effect at 27 life. Other early staple drop, Youthful Valkyrie. Difficult creature for some aggro decks, like mono white even. Thalia is not happily attacking into this, so it can also grow a bit. So easy staple there. Frisia's Retribution, played that before. Legion Angel, we know. Liesa doesn't get played often, but pretty strong 5-drop that's going to give us a little bit of resiliency against board wipes, though as we will experience, Farewell is definitively one of the best answers for this deck, as well as I'd say the 3-drop white creatures like Brutal Cathar or Skyclave Apparition, but Liesa definitely a strong 5-drop. First time we're able to really see Sigardian Savior come in and actually do a good bit of work with Giarda and Youthful Valkyrie. We basically have very strong 2-drops to bring back, so if you have 1 or 2 craft of them, probably worth running in here. Elspeth Resplendent is the new Planeswalker that we are going to showcase today as well. I think it's just okay in the deck. It's definitely not needed if you don't want to, if you didn't open any yesterday and don't want to craft it. I assure you it is not a necessary piece of this deck, and if you don't have it, I would either run Fateful Absence in addition to Vanishing Verse, or either a Duress or more Palaka's Predation, since really the only way we lose here is either board wipes or creatures that come in and exile our stuff anyway. But Elspeth, her +1 is put a 1/1 counter on a creature and also give it a flying, first strike, lifelink, or vigilance counter. And -3, which is typically what we're using when we drop her out, is just search your top 7 cards of your library, and you can put a permanent card with mana value 3 or less from it onto the battlefield, and it gains a shield counter. So typically, it's hitting a Righteous Valkyrie ideally, or an Overseer, or one of these 2-drops, giving him a shield counter, or it can get a land if everything else does not pan out. But typically, it's going to be hitting one of these 4 things. We're okay with it. 1 Sanctuary Warden, Malone ran 2. I don't think oftentimes you are either getting to 6 mana and still needing that much help. Enters with 2 shield counters on it, and when it enters the battlefield or attacks, you can remove a counter, whether it's a shield counter or one of the +1/+1 counters from Giarda. You're able to draw a card and make a little green-white citizen token. So a little bit of extra grindy value on top of Haunting Voyage, which is a lot of extra grindy value if things are dying, which is obviously a big if since a lot of things are getting exiled. But just since we're a nice tribal deck that can survive pretty well into the late game, can really be a one-sided game ender. First Retribution, staple. Legion Angel, staple. Mana base isn't too crazy for a 2-color deck. I think in the games we had 1 extra swamp, 1 less plains, but you'll see black get a little flooded 1 too many times, so I had to switch that up. But again, as we talk a lot about in the outro, I expected to see a lot more Ob Nixilis than we ran into today. It was honestly just, half of our games were against either Naya Runes or Mono White. So I do think for the moment, more Vanishing Verse or Fateful Absence is not a bad idea. But when Ob Nixilis comes and takes over, I believe this has got to be one of the best suited decks to really continue and contend with that deck. Just because if they don't have a way to remove Righteous Valkyrie, which if they copy CGB's deck verbatim, Power Word Kill will not do. It's going to be expensive to do that with a Bloodchief's Thirst and basically take up a whole turn that they would rather be either doing Fable or a Seeker's Chariot. So I think this deck's just in a great position in the meta, so I wanted to get a few games in. And again, we're playing catch-up because I took a long break through the last, basically almost a month or so while I was bored of the Neon Dynasty standard of just, mono white, Naya Runes, or is it? Which is obviously, again, still what we're seeing a lot of, but ultimately I think it's going to shift a bit away from that. Ob Nixilis will come in, and I don't think he's going to be banned anytime soon, so get used to playing against it. And this is just an easy way to do that. So going to be a little bit longer of an intro. There's a sizable outro, so the video is going to be a bit long, but a lot of the games are quick, a couple longer ones. But again, I hope you enjoyed this. I think it's a great deck to pilot into the meta right now, and yeah, catch you on the other side. Peace. Still haven't gotten to fight one Ob Nixilis. Oh, Weed Magic. All right. This looks great to me. Looks wonderful. Throw him off our scent. Also, still wonderful. Alright, maybe we need to switch 1 black mana. You better kill this thing in this turn. Alright. Ooh, 5 is the wrong number for you, buddy. You're probably just running the surges. And this was the only reason to get, to me, I mean, this is like one of the most badass lands there is, but like that, I don't really like that here as much. Alright, so he will not be killing stuff. I think will prove to be unfortunate for him. continue the onslaught. Or not. Man. Celiessa or Berja? I think we get rid of a Berja. Burya. Burya. Jwari? A braid? So many answers with 2 open mana. Not sure I say so many potential answers. Alright. Let's hope he's not demon bolting. But he might be. Probably saw it coming. So I'll probably counter this. If you have saw it coming, you want to use it on this. Unless you have, like, burned down the house or something. Which, I mean, burn down the house looks pretty good right now, though. I mean, we're not even playing on Nixilis. I don't know if people just ain't crafting them or what, but... very good. See if you have an answer. Second saw it coming? Yeah. Ain't you fancy, mister? I mean, I just got straight bangers in the hand. Yeah. I don't know which one. Probably just Fresh's. Because if we got something Jawari, that would be big sad. Also put the same amount of pressure out. Burn down the house is the one thing I'm doing better for. Alright, that's fine. Elspeth or Liessa? It's 6 mana. I guess if one's gonna get countered, I guess I'd rather it be you. You don't know. Okay. Kind of just looking to avoid, like, get him dead before Hullbreaker. Oh, if you have Giarda, dude, that'd be sad, but it would get rid of a treasure and the land. Okay. That's a good draw. I mean, if you have room for Fading Hope also, that would be shitty. Yeah, that looks good. Man, if you have room for Fading Hope, I'll be upset. Alright. Burn down the house and I'll just concede right here. Well, maybe not, but I would think about it. Now, I think I can do this. Then we keep the old one, because this should go back to our hand end of turn. Interesting. Now, do we swing in for 3? It'll come back. It'll come back, and then next turn sucks too. And so what is the other card? Even a Hull Breaker's too late now. Like, it needs to be another gold span. And then you just have to make a poopy trade. Hopefully we can draw any one thing. I'm gonna take that. Can you do 1, 2? So you could burn down the house and Memory Deluge? Weird to burn the treasure first. It's not like a thing was dying. Oh, this looks beautiful. I haven't seen these all that. Crazy how few of them we've gotten. Can you kill it? So could. Oh. It's a resounding no from you, dog. Spellbindy. Damn. That's a big binder. I don't know if that's what I would have done, but... Okay. Sure. Nice. See if he can exile it. Absolutely. What a guy. Okay, land would have been nice. Yeah, I guess we hold up. I don't want to be too cocky. We need land. It's unfortunate. But he's not going to be able to attack for a while. Though Brutal Cathar is sadly going to be flipping. So that's definitely a problem. It's a good draw. Same with you. One more land, we probably put this game away. Okay, I'm kind of expecting Emperor. So, if we expect Emperor, no real reason to attack with anything. Yeah, thinking about putting it out anyway, but I wouldn't. This is the only thing holding me back. Okay. Potentially get a second one, but we would know that after he puts things. He doesn't cast again.
Keep watch for intruders. I have got new moves to teach you.
About a land. Course. Oh boy. Not good. God, if it's another exile. Ugh. Sure.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Oh, gosh. Killing me. Okay, just have to live.
We've got the edge in this fight. Do we try to trap them? Does that make sense? Because he flips again, which is bad. So can we afford to take the 3 damage from it? I think we can, and it might really mess with him. Could really mess with him, could kill us, who knows? It'll be fun either way. Strike fast and strike hard.
Full swing in. Seems real. Just like that.
odd one to kill. Oh no, we fucked up. Okay. Alright, so we lost it. Nice.
I have got new moves to teach you. Spell or ability. Strike fast and strike hard.
And we will no block that. Let's see. One, two, three, four, five. Back up, back up. Okay, so we can kill 3 things. That. Do we get rid of youthful or not? Get rid of youthful or not? No, because you guys can get rid of him.
mistake.
Okay, and what happens? Will we still be able to kill one thing? I should have swung in first, huh? Damn.
Still have much to learn. My
don't know about
judgment
that
is
one.
final.
Okay. Questionable, sir. Oh, Leah, so you're a dog. Oh, couldn't even let us voyage. No cap, bro. It's a little slow. But maybe we'll find something. Hard to get rid of, someone else bringing angels, or are you just gonna hit us with some Kaido Emperor? There it is. This guy gets it. He gets it. Let's just hope he ain't got Vanishing Verse. What a weird race. Let's see if he took any creative liberties from Maloney. Ah, so sad. He's just wondering if he spends his whole turn doing that. I don't want to get caught without the last black, but pretty hosed here. Unfortunate, but we gotta go for Ferges. No, yes, it would be bad. Another? Ah. Oh. This guy's running more removal now. Oh man, this guy wrecked. Gotta find land here. Alright, that's game. Being on the draw was like typically, you know, like it always is, pretty much the nail in the coffin, but alright, so do Shattered Sanctum so we can go into Giarda. Maybe this does need to come down. It's a decent draw. Interesting, you went double white. I won't blame you if you decide you need to kill this. Does not, so maybe he has a march. Alright, so we're Esper. Still interesting you didn't play the blue side. Just kill it, dude. We kill the second one too. Looks like it. Nice. Good job, buddy. Land? Oh, the best land. Best land for the best man. Okay. So we're gonna swing in. See if we can draw out some stuff. Seems like not. Maybe we just go straight to Elspeth. He doesn't have blue.
I'll light your way on these dark streets. I'll be your shield.
Definitely the Valkyrie with a shield counter. Sick. Sure, you can verse it, but I need to verse either one. Both look bad for you. Are you first strike, flying, lifelink, or vigilance? Whoever are you with Ozolith? I guess Ozolith is still here, isn't it? It's just missing its like Stone Coil, Serpent Buddy. Okay. Straight March. Love it. If you can exile it, that would be sad. If you still have either another March or a Vanishing Burst, but it does seem to be like what you're playing. Let's wave at him. It's Furia's now. Furia, Furja, Farger. There you go. Let's just take care of that now. Out of exile too. I guess seems to be the mode lately. That feels like a Doomscar. Let's see what he does. Alright, he's out of verses and marches. So let's get the voyage down. And a youthful Valkyrie. I expect Doomscar here. Okay, I assume no other play. So now we Valkyrie. Valkyrie. Next turn they'll be big if you can't hard counter the Furias. Emperor would be sad. That's sad too. Okay. It's good whenever we get the mana back. There's still one blue short of...
My children drench their subservience will be rewarded.
Alright, check this play out. Guess I could have waited for that. Bam.
My power is for annihilation. The light is insufferable.
What do you got? What do you got? Next turn. Does it make sense to Hive or Furia? Tough question. See if he has any stops. I guess he will. Okay. Settles that. So we won't be able to Emperor and swing in. Though I guess you're not really worried about Emperor much. Okay, it's fine with me. Probably take Righteous Valkyrie, but could take the one that draws. Doesn't swing in. It's pretty sus. Just hope we can't hard counter. Alright, that will likely be pressure he can't get out of. This should get us to 27 health. And a card. So even if you can kill one of those, it doesn't matter. Unless you can kill both. If you can kill both, then you, I guess, you're a beast. A beast who I have no right being in the same game with. Nice. Alright, let's review the deck. We did make a couple changes during it. Alright. So what did we learn? I only crafted one in terms of, I guess, things that are different from Malone's deck. He had a couple of the cost 1 white, scry 1, put a shield counter on a creature. I don't think that's necessary at all. Shield counters are never, like, we're getting too many things exiled. Hexproof would be a thing. Elspeth was alright. Guardian Savior is just alright, but only because so many things are getting exiled instead. Otherwise, I think this is totally fine. The rest, Palaka, I mean, I think in one of the ways, like, we've lost to Mono White. We lost to a Kaido Esper deck once. When I'm looking at these Nixilis piles, there's really not many. Like, I expected to play way more of those today, but maybe people are just leery of crafting it. And, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and say, like, there's no chance that it gets banned, but I really think it's gonna be a long time. Like, you saw how long Alrund's Epiphany stuck around, even though it was just boning up the format. So I wouldn't be too leery of crafting Nixilis, and this is the first deck I ran. And this deck is, I think, probably the easiest way to jam to jam a bunch of games in and get a bunch of wins. Let's see. We also lost to Runes, I think, twice. So figuring out, let's see, we're at 24 lands still. So you could probably what? Drop either one. You probably want another verse. Could probably take out one of these 5-drops, honestly. Liesa out of these is definitely the top performer. Let's see, and I guess Haunting Voyage and Sigardian Savior a little bit double up. We could drop you down to 1, keep you guys the same, because Sigardian Savior isn't going to save us when a Kami of Transience is getting to, 18/18 with Trample, when Vanishing Verse would have. So I think that's probably a good switch. Elspeth was fine. I'm not convinced either one of these. I mean, maybe, you're against mono white, which is obviously still pretty common. I mean, this thing's getting taxed into oblivion. So I don't think Elspeth is, I don't think it doesn't add a ton here. It's nice when it comes down and sticks around for a little bit, but, its plus is cool, but it's not drastically changing up the board state. So we'll keep it with Sigardian at 2, drop an Elspeth. I think you could go with either one but I think everything in the middle here, very, very solid. Again, as we saw in these games, obviously these are, unless if you get a Giarda into a Valkyrie, I mean, this line's insane. As frankly, I think anything good into Valkyrie, if Valkyrie ever stuck around, he was always going to win a game by himself, but definitely a little bit extra help drawing cards here. If you get 2 behind, it can be difficult to come back. There's no board wipes, but I do think the 4th Vanishing Verse is probably a must. Could also go for Fateful Absence. I'm sure that would be equally fine as well if you're running into Planeswalkers more. But I think either one, and frankly, I don't typically... This deck, again, it's either Snowball winning or it got detained. So I think Fateful Absence giving a clue is probably not that much worse than Vanishing Verse for one of. If you want to be able to hit, multicolored creatures and or Planeswalkers also. So, but yeah, deck is super strong. I think it's probably the time to jam it is right now. I think the mana base got a little bit better with the Tour Fiends. We never had to cycle it, but if you flood out, it's nice to be able to. So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's a little bit copy-ish of Malone, but I looked at his video, was thinking to myself, like, I'm going to be making a video soon for ways to kind of counter Nixilis, because everyone's calling for it to get banned, but Wizards is going to be slow to do that. Like, that thing's selling for $30 a pop, at least last times I checked in paper. And they aren't going to ban it immediately. And frankly, it's not Oko. It's not... People are going to force it into every single, Rakdos color combination. But it's not Oko. Like, I really don't think that it's completely unbeatable. Like, it certainly can snowball. If you get Underdog into Nixilis, yeah, that is a ton of value. But if they can't kill this, like, I don't think this deck loses to it. And I would love to test that more. I wish I had more games against it. The one we had was kind of lame. Like, I definitely think that Giarda, Righteous Valkyrie are going to be just as consistent of a turn 2, turn 3 curve out, game ender as, Underdog or really any creature into Nixilis. And if they can't kill this, which frankly, Strangle, if they're following CGB's Power Word Kill, it is shortly going to go back to non-playable because of Angels. So they're already running 1 dead removal if they're just straight up copying CGB. But I would give this. I would definitely give this a quick try. And yeah, I'll be probably jamming out a bunch of videos early this season. Try to get you guys as best prepared as possible. But definitely, please, if you can throw a like and subscribe on here. Again, I'm typically just going to be trying to get you decks that are going to help you crush on the ladder. So I appreciate it immensely, and I will catch you next time. Peace.